Hello, everybody. Stan here from Broken Neck Radio. I am here with the final band for us to have a chat with. They're one of the finalists for the Wacken Metal Battle Canada final. Winner of that's going to carry the Canadian flag all the way to Germany. I have with me two members from the band SoulThief. They're from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Hello, gentlemen. Please introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and who's missing.
You can go first.
I can go first. Okay, all right, I'll go first. I don't mind. Hello, I am Nick. I am one of the guitarists from Soul Thief. What do I do? I play guitar. I bang my head pretty hard. I kick and jump a lot, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I write fight riffs. I write guitar riff that people punch their friends to.
And I'm Jesse. I'm the bass player, and I would call myself the band daddy. We all call me band daddy because I basically do a lot of the managing and everything of the band too, a lot of the booking and the money stuff, and I don't know, just basically a lot of that stuff. We're missing our vocalist Jericho, other guitar player Noah, and our drummer Fretch, who are all busy tonight, but they wish they could be here.
Awesome. Now, congrats on reaching the Canadian finals. What's it like to represent Ottawa and Eastern Ontario on the national stage at the legendary Rickshaw Theatre in Vancouver, BC?
Honestly, it's been kind of crazy. Like, we didn't really think that this was going to even happen, but now that it does, we're getting approached by people we don't even know that are saying congratulations and this and that, like out of nowhere. So it means a lot to us, and I think it means a lot to the music scene around here. From some of the people that we talked to, I think we're like the first band from Ottawa to actually make it to the finals, which is kind of cool. So that in itself is an achievement on its own, and we're definitely very proud of that.
Nice. Now,
Yeah,
what does
totally.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No?
I was just gonna add and say like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it feels amazing. It's crazy. Like we never thought like that we would even we couldn't even fathom that we would like get to this point. And like it's like we're not realizing the impact of like things of like the like I guess whatever is like connected to it. Like people like Jesse said, strangers, people we
Mhm.
don't know coming to us and congratulating us, and we were like we didn't realize like how like it's a great achievement. I not to toot our own horn, like and like it's a good thing to add to our CV, and we're like even more stoked like, to be flying out west for the first time and playing in front of people that's never seen us before. That's what we're most excited about with all of this is just to like reach new skies.
Nice. Now, what does the chance to play Wacken open air mean to Soul Thief, especially coming from Canada's capital city?
Man, it's like a dream come true. Like that, like for all of us, like, you know, like I've said to the guys like repeatedly over and over that I've had this like dream of us like playing on a big stage in front of like a lot of people at a festival. And at that moment, I'm gonna look at them and be like, "We made it," you know, kind of thing. And like, I think this is our like, we're gonna make it moment, and not like tooting our own horns, like Nick says, but coming all the way from Ottawa, if we can get to Germany, like that's nobody's done that here. And I think if anyone's gonna do a really good job of it, I think it's gonna be us. I think the bigger the stage, the bigger our performance, the bigger yeah, it's it's honestly even hard to put into words how like exciting it is. But yeah, definitely stoked to get out there in Vancouver and try to get to Germany.
Nice. Now, how has Wacken Metal Battle experience, like the whole tournament itself, how has that challenged or sharpened Soul Thief as a band?
Honestly, we just come into this thing doing what we normally do. We haven't changed anything. We haven't adjusted for this other than the set times that they ask us to play for. I think what gives us that kind of edge is that we just come and do what we do all the time. We're not like trying to get it all in our heads, like, oh, this is this big competition. Like, no, we're just doing what we do at every show. We love
Yeah,
this stuff. We put all our heart and soul into this music and our performance, and
like
yeah,
we're so passionate about the shows themselves, about like playing in front of new people, about
Hmm.
seeing people react to the music that we make. And like that's what it's all about. It's about like sharing a message, sharing a feeling, and just a lot of people in the same room just sharing a moment together. That's what we're about. That's what we keep doing. And we've never really changed the recipe from the day that we started as a band to every show we've ever played. All we tell ourselves is that we give our all. We give our the very best we have with the tools we have. So like we're not like we're just trying to give the best of ourselves. And that's the way we carry ourselves as a band, and that's the way we've been carrying ourselves throughout that competition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what can fans expect from your performance in Vancouver? Are you changing anything up for the final?
No, well, actually, it's funny because none of those people have ever seen us, so I don't feel the need to change
Well, there
anything.
is YouTube though, so they could have seen your performances on YouTube.
Uh, I mean, it's not the same. It's like we're
No,
not even the same on the album,
no,
Like you
no.
listen to our albums, it's not the same. Like
Hmm.
we're a very known live band. Like our live performance is our bread and butter of everything. Yeah, so as
What you
for
can
what they
expect,
expect,
yeah,
little shorts, tiny,
yeah.
tiny little shorts. You'll expect high energy and you'll see the natural chemistry that we have as a band at play. And that's what makes it easy for us to just do this kind of thing because we just, like I said, our natural chemistry is pretty much what like gives us that.
Now, to piggyback on that answer, is it safe to say then that that's why you think that Soul Thief is the band that should represent Canada at Wacken Open Air?
Uh, what do you mean? Like the reason, like
Like the
what we do?
Yeah, like why do you think that Soul Thief is the band that should be representing Canada at Wacken Open Air?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So like I think that because we're coming at the table with something new. The way that we write music is very, as even the other judges said, it's like primal. It almost comes from the streets, is like an exact quote they said, because we don't, we're none of us are classically trained. So we kind of like write outside of the box. We just kind of play music as how we want the crowd to react to it. So we just do like
We
how we feel.
literally we play music that we like to listen to. That's the way we do it. We have such like a diverse like musical background, and we all just bring to the table what we like to listen to and what we like in a band, and we try our best to emulate that. And we bring the energy, we bring the riffs, we bring like I feel like we're unique. I feel like we're uh we're just doing our thing, but doing our thing, we're giving it all. And like we would be so proud to be representing like Canada and Wacken, and to show what the fuck we're made of, like show that we're like what Canada's capable of. We can write some heavy riffs, we kick ass, and so does Canada, and we want to represent that too.
Nice. Now, for those new to the name, who is Soul Thief and what does the name represent?
That's you, Nick.
so So Soul Thief, that would be more Jericho. Jericho's the poet of the band. He's the lyricist. Because Soul Thief is so many things at the same time. Like we if we're going directly with the name, just the name was like it's the card off of a card game that I would play. Like I would play Hearthstone. It's called Hearthstone, and there was a card that was called the Soul Thief, and we thought that sounded cool. We're like, all right, that's cool. We're taking people's souls. It's cool. It's badass. We'll go with that. Sounds grimy. But like when it comes to Soul Thief itself, what is Soul Thief? Who is Soul Thief? We're a bunch of dudes that are just trying to have fun on stage. We don't take ourselves too seriously, but we take our music very seriously in the sense that we put our heart into everything that we do. We have songs that are ridiculous, and like we literally have songs that are about cum, and then we have songs that are about like losing friends or losing a close one to suicide and learning to cope with that. Songs about becoming stronger, being resilient, and also songs about just beating up your friends. You know, like we go one side and the other, and we give our all in everything that we do, and we give our all in every song that we write. That's what Soul Thief. Soul Thief is giving your all and giving your best with what you have.
Nice. I like that. I like that. That's great. That's
And not trying to be like anybody else. That is the
Yeah,
keyest thing. We're never like, oh, yo, we want to sound like Megadeth, or we want to like, never, never. And
we sound
honestly,
like Soul Thief.
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, we do.
Now, this is a one of oops, my favorite questions that I ask the bands. So you're at a show watching another band, as we always do, because we always bands love to support the other shows. You're at a show, you're in the crowd, you bump into someone, they say, "Oh, hey, are you in a band?" How would you describe in your own words to that person who's never heard your band before, on the fly? How would you describe them to your like describe Soul Thief to that new person?
Hmm.
Hoochie Daddy Hardcore. That's what we.
Yeah, degrading but marketable. Yeah.
Yeah, we play heavy riffs and short shorts. That's Soul Thief for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's all you need to know.
Now, which artists or genres have shaped the sound and fury of Soul Thief?
Well,
Oh my God, that's a
that's
great question.
it really is because like we all have different like influences in the music we listen to, but I wouldn't really say that we directly put it in our music, at least not on purpose. Like, like we always try to just write our own riffs, but as for like influence of vibes that we kind of like I know, like I said, we all like different things. Like I like Kublai Khan, and I like bands like I don't know Spirit World and Terror and stuff like that, and then Jericho likes like Hard Reset and um, um, can't even think of anything else. But everyone just
If
has like
if
their
we're
own.
thinking of bigger bands, I guess, but I guess bigger influential bands, like we get Limp Bizkit a lot. We get Slayer sometimes. I don't listen to that much Slayer. That's the worst part. But I love me a good Slayer riff. Love me a good Limp Bizkit riff. But like our drummer is a big punk guy, so like punk bands like No Use for a Name, No Effects. Even I'm big like I'm always an emo kid at heart. So like big Canadian bands like Silverstein, or like Canadian hardcore bands like Comeback Kid have always been like stuff that I grew up listening to, and of course there'll always be that little bit of influence. But we try to do our own thing. But all have so many different influences that it's hard to pinpoint like what sounds like us or what is like inspirational to us.
Mhm, mhm.
If anything, we're more inspired by bands' work ethic than by their music per se. Like a band that works hard is a band that we'll look up to more.
Nice. Now, how does the Ottawa heavy music scene influence your attitude, your approach, or your sound?
For Ottawa, I mean, we like a good mixed bill here, so it was like, I don't know, it was good for us to like develop in this scene, I guess,
Hmm.
because we're very mixed in the way that we play, because we have like a hardcore bass, but like we sprinkle all sorts of like different elements of metal in our music.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it is, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that, to be honest.
Yeah, but well, I mean, it's because in the scene in Ottawa, like it's hard to say. It is at the end of the day, it is like a government town, so it's like it's not the alternative scene is not the most developed. What we do have, we cherish. Like we
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
have we don't have that many shows going on. We don't
Hmm.
have that many venues that will book like heavier shows. But like it's tight knit, and everyone knows each other, and everyone's supporting each other, and we're trying to encourage each other to start new bands and just trying to get that scene to develop. Like it's sadly enough, like I Jesse and I were both a part of the scene before the pandemic, and when the pandemic happened, it seemed like this local scene died down. Like bands were breaking up; it wasn't really happening anymore, and we don't even get that many big shows that happen in Ottawa. It happens every once in a while, and it's great. People show up for those, but like the local scene, like had dwindled down a lot, but like it's coming back now. It's stronger than ever, actually. And it's 4 years down the line of doing Soul Thief. and like it's nice to see our scene thrive and grow, and like we're doing the same as a band, you know, we're trying to thrive, we're trying to grow, and just putting all of our heart into it.
Now,
Yeah.
do you find though that being from Ottawa helps you stand out, or does it push you harder to prove yourselves?
Pushes us harder to prove ourselves,
Yeah.
and it also pushes us harder to leave Ottawa.
Hmm. Hmm.
Most of the shows we play during the year are like all around Ontario and Quebec. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
we try to only play here a few times a year, but yeah, it like exactly like the Wacken thing. Like we like the scene here. There wasn't enough people who applied, so we got thrown into the Montreal boat. So we were actually competing in Montreal.
Yeah.
So
And
um,
there's so many people in Montreal too, and so many great bands. So like, imagine our surprise when not only do we like we made it to the finals there. I was like, I mean, we played against some great bands. We played against some super technical bands, and we were like, oh my god, these guys are amazing musicians. And we learned guitar over watching YouTube videos, right? It's so like it was a kind of unbelievable for that. But yeah, it pushes us to like just go further and like go think outside of the box. We're not stuck. We're not bound to Ottawa. We're expanding our horizons. We 2 years ago we played in the Maritimes. We did a tour in the Maritimes. That was amazing. Like the scene out there is great, and it's like people don't really hear about the Maritime scene. And
Hmm.
there's great, amazing bands that come from out there. You know, so that it's exactly it. It just pushes us to expand our horizons and like look beyond our own little scene and go and discover new scenes as well and try to take them over at this point.
Now, when that final happened, was it like the BC one where they thought most of the crowd thought and the bands thought one specific band won, and then you got announced? You're like, whoa, what?
No,
No?
honestly, no, it's like we kind of just like knew we were gonna win. When once we played, we were like, oh, like obviously, to be honest, when we joined this thing, we didn't think we were gonna win at all.
Most bands are
Like
like that, yeah.
we were like, no, why we play like ooga booga riffs and like like we're totally not just that stereotypical metal band,
Hmm.
you know. But no, honestly, like we had the most crowd engagement. Like that's like the stuff that matters is like
Hmm.
we won. I feel like we won over like the local band's fans when we played. Like they weren't expecting, they didn't know who we were,
Hmm.
but then they were still mosh pitting to our music more than they were mosh pitting to their friends' music.
That's good. That's good. Now, what would you say are the core messages or themes behind Soul Thief's music?
Oh, I wish Jerry was here for this one, but like
Yeah.
he's the mastermind behind he's a great lyricist. Don't like he's great for that, and he has like he has his own he's a poet, and like he does have he can have a dark mind sometimes, but we just like the way he lays it out. He has like so much emotion that comes out whenever like we're like laying out our tracks. Is just we get on stage and we feel.
Hmm.
I bang my head as hard as I can. I pound my chest as hard as I can. We put our everything into like we're aggressive. We are passionate. We are high energy. We put our all into our music. And that's the best way to describe our music. Yeah, we have some softer songs. We have some songs where we slow it down and just try to like take a more serious tone. But like at the end of the day, there's still as much passion as in those songs that there is in the more aggressive ones, you know?
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
just like it's it, we're passionate. That's that our music is passionate, and I feel that's the best way to put it.
Now, would you say does your songwriting tend to reflect personal experience, political rage, societal issues, or all of the above?
Mhm.
Um, it's mostly personal. It's mostly we talk about we talk about shit we know. We write shit we know, and
Yeah,
we talk about shit we know. Like
or shit that we've been through.
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Nice. Now,
yeah. It's that would be the best way to put it. Yeah, we're a real band. We're our authentic selves when we're on stage, and like the lyrics are as authentic as we are.
Now, in the beginning, you had mentioned how none of you have any musical uh, background.
Classic.
So
Yeah.
classic. Thank you. Yes. Now, so this is an even better question. So how does a Soul Thief track come together? Is it riff first, message first, or is it chaos first?
Riff.
It's always
Every
riff first.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always a riff, and we'll play that riff a million times. And we write all our songs in the jam space together.
Hmm.
So, like, everyone gets their own riffs from time to time, whether if it's a breakdown or a thrash or whatever. And then we'll bring it to the table and we'll play it, and then we'll break it down, we'll speed it up, we'll slow it down, we'll flip it up and flip it out. And next thing you know, we have a song. That's how we do it every time.
Like we
Always
yeah,
riff
we never
first.
wrote a song in front of a computer. It's always in the jam space. It's always the five of
That's
us.
good.
And then I don't think we've ever recorded a demo going into the studio. We would just go into the studio knowing the song by heart already and figuring it out as we go. The last song we wrote, actually, All Gas No Breaks, I have a guitar solo in there that I didn't even have prepared. Showed up in the studio and I was like, oh well, I kind of know what I want it to sound like, and we just like we dished it out, and that's how we do everything. Like it's
Yeah,
Okay.
and also how we talk as well is like a little different. Like we're not like, oh, you play that verse and the chorus and this and that. We're like, oh, do a thrash, do a breakdown, do a two step, do a like we speak
Mhm.
in those terms more
Mhm.
than like the other way. That's why I was saying like we
yeah
don't write songs like in the traditional way.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I don't think we really have choruses in many of our songs, to be honest. Like in some there is for sure, but like not really for most of our music. Yeah, that's what I find that makes it
we
special.
we built the structure of our songs is based on how we want the crowd to react when we're play getting that moment. So if we want them to bang their heads, we'll write the song like we'll write that part as we want people to bang their heads there. If we want them to jump or like clap their hands, or if we want them to run real fast in circles, like that's how we base the structure of our songs.
Now, keeping on that topic of songwriting, beyond Wacken, what's next for Soul Thief? Are you guys working on any new material, music videos, or any tour plans?
Yeah, for sure. After Wacken, we're just gonna keep writing like we were doing. We have like two songs that we're like, we're in the process of doing, which will be sweet. I don't know if we're gonna release an EP yet. It just depends on what everything looks like after Wacken. We might just keep doing singles for a little while, but yeah, we got tons of shows all over Ontario and Quebec happening this summer, so we'll just be traveling around like we usually do, raising money so that we can do music videos and record more and get more merch, sell more merch. I mean, the idea is eventually we can buy our own van so we can travel together instead of
Yep,
taking two cars. Um,
fair enough.
but that's it, man. We're always just on the grind. This is just like, after Wacken, like this is just a step in our many steps. Like we're going a lot further than this. So just getting
Now,
right back to work.
nice. Now, what would performing at Wacken mean to you both personally and professionally?
Man, I would probably cry like playing out there. I'm not gonna lie. I
Fair
could
enough.
see myself being so happy that I would probably cry while I was playing.
I'm sure you're not
Honestly,
the
like
first.
no, no, for sure. Like I've just been through some shit in my life, and like I have always dreamed of doing something like that. And for me to be in this band as my first band, and doing as well as we're doing, and like the fact that we like built it from the ground up and then we're playing in like Vacuum, like that is like honestly it's the craziest experience. Like I think like that's so huge for us. Like it's just such a flex on like life, like
But that's exactly it. Like I'm on the same boat as Jesse. It's just life has been kicking our asses as of late, and this would be us kicking life's ass for once. Like we would be like I would also like be crying. We've been dreaming of this moment like for it's been 4 or 5 years now that we're just this is what we're picturing. We've been playing bars and like underground venues, and we've been playing to full rooms and empty rooms, and we've been like all of this we've been doing just so that we're able to share what we do with the world, and like just
Hmm.
being able to like share these moments with like people. and it's unimaginable. Like I can't even picture it in my head. I can't even like fathom this happening to us. And even if it wasn't a possibility, I would still keep on the grind because like this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
This is like the life I feel I'm meant for, and I will do everything to push towards that dream.
Now, you guys are now at the finals for Saturday. What advice would you give any another up and coming crossover band or any band whatsoever that has been considering entering or thinking about entering the Wacken Metal Battle Canada next year?
For me, I would say the one thing's learn the rules of the competition so you're not going over your set times because that's very important. Um,
Be yourself,
Also, be yourself
literally.
and save your money.
Be yourself and save your money. Yeah, that's definitely accurate. It's costing us an arm and a leg to fly to Vancouver and do this thing, but like we're passionate about this. We're taking this seriously, and we're giving it our all. We're breaking bank in order to make this happen, but like we're stoked on this. We are like that's the best advice is just fully commit. Go all gas, no brakes, baby. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Now, what's the most quickly, what's the most weirdest thing or fucked up shit that's happened at a Soul Thief gig?
Oh my god. There's so many things.
First one that comes to your mind. First one that pops to your head.
I don't know. This is just something that popped in my head because you said that. But I remember one of my birthday shows, like right as we started, there was like, you know how people like tend to like jump on the stage and
Hmm.
like, jump off or whatever. Well, like literally in the first like 10 seconds of us playing, we had this big guy jump up on the stage, do like a flip, and he kicked some poor girl right in the face. She chipped her tooth. It was like literally like we just played for 10 seconds. I've never seen this girl at a Soul Thief show ever since, but that's definitely one thing that happened.
I remember when we played in Moncton, after our set, they had like a guy come out with a mop because the floor was covered in blood. So there was that. That was a good one too. I don't know exactly what happened that day.
They said that was the first time they've ever had to clean blood out of a mosh pit.
Now, if you could build your dream lineup for a global crossover tour, who's on the bill with Soul Thief?
Spirit World.
Nice. Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I
Um,
think it would like
I think Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan, Spirit World, and
and some
hmm.
homies. We need some homies in there. I bring Dead Velvet. I'd bring Dead Velvet along. Single Wound.
Yeah,
Uh, bring, revive Pele just for that.
yes, we'll come back just for this. Who else?
Man, there's I now I feel bad for naming homies because then I'm gonna forget other homies and I don't want them to feel excluded.
Feel left
Uh,
out.
Sown. Sown would be cool. Um, Feels like home. Bastards. Fuck, man. There's so many good bands from around that like I would love like if we could have them all on one show. Our homies in blank. The man, there's yeah. If we could do like a
just a
festival
shot.
instead
We're playing with them at the end. And there's so many great bands around here. Like, yeah, there's so many big bands that we would want to tour with. Like, I mean, Shoot for the Stars, Metallica at this point, right? But like I would want to push our scene forward. There's so many bands that people don't know about,
Hmm.
and those are the bands that I would want on the lineup with us.
For sure. Now, finish the sentence. Soul Thief is here to blank.
take over the
Fuck shit
world.
up.
Awesome. Great answer. All right, guys. Thanks again. This is Soul Thief. They're going to be playing. They're one of the four bands that will be playing at the legendary Rickshaw Theatre May 31st in Vancouver, British Columbia for the Wacken Metal Battle Canada. You've got Soul Thief, Beyond Suffering. You've got Yeg, and you also have Killatine, and then you've also got just announced a couple days ago. We have last year's winner as a headliner, Quiver in the Arrow, I think is what they're called. Hopefully I got that right. But thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for having a chat. It was great. I can't wait to see you guys on Saturday, May 31st. And
Hell yeah.
good luck. And we hope you guys, get to make your way to Wacken.
Perfect.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot,
much.
man.